To the Python Crash Course 2.0. So we'll be starting with classes and objects. So first up, what is a class? Classes are basically, you can think them as functions but for variables. So functions, as I've also told and went in depth with in my Python Crash Course 1, they are used to do tasks repeatedly, so that every time you need to execute the same task, you don't have to write the 100 lines of code over and over again. So that's why we use functions. And it is the same for classes, but we create objects of classes, which are basically variables which have properties of the class. So how do we define a class? We use the class keyword and then the class name. Here you can also pass in object, but that is not required in every single class. And inside the class you create a double underscore method, and this one is double underscore init, which is basically initializing the employee class and all the variables which we will use in it. And inside of this init method we pass in the variables or the arguments: self, name, age, and salary. And I just mentioned method there instead of function, which is what we use when we have a function inside of a class. So a function inside of a class is the class method, not a function, if you want to go for programming pro. So just for awareness, the self is not a variable. The self is basically a required keyword that you need to pass into the double underscore init method for it to recognize all the variables. Otherwise, all of this will not work. If we don't have self, name is equal to name, it will throw an error because name is not defined. So here we have assigned all the variables that will have an employee name, an employee age, and an employee salary. You can of course change this at any time. You can also add an email here and do the same. We pass in the argument email right here and make it self that email is email. But for this demo we will not be doing that. So now that we have made the class, we need to create an object of the class. So here I've created emp1, standing for employee1, which is a method or an object of the employee class with the variables tim, 30, and 1000. So what do these stand for? So in the init method, the first variable that we are assigning is the name, right? So name we're going to pass as tim, and then the age is 30, and then the salary is 1000. So here we have created an object of the employee class. If I were to run this code, it gives me employee object at this. So if we want to get the individual characteristics of the employee one, then we can do print employee1.name, print emp1.age, and print employee1.salary. And why can we access these? Because in the init method we have defined these. So the .name is basically this employee one. It searches for name, it sees that the name is defined over here, so the code can actually look for the name, and then the name is the first variable which we have defined over here. So it looks at the first argument passed into the employee class and it will return that. And same goes for age and salary, but the positions have changed. So if I run this again, you can see tim, 30, and 1000, which are the arguments which we passed in here. So that is how you create a basic class. But let's say you want to do something more. You're the employer of your organization and you need to get some value, which we will call secretive data. So in the init method you can do self.secretive data is equal to, and now you might be thinking that how can you call sec data when we have not passed it here? Well, this is a case where we can actually call it, but it has to be uh, a mixture or a combination of the previous variables. So what I mean by that, let me show you. So let's say the secret data is the age multiplied by the salary. So let's say this is the employee's secretive data, which no one should know, okay? So here we have not actually passed in the argument secretive data here, like we have passed in salary, age, and name. But we're still able to use this because we are utilizing the age and salary, which are already defined. So if I were to print employee1.secretive data, you can see it returns 30,000 because the age for employee 1 is 30 and then the salary of employee 1 is $1,000. So 30 multiplied by 1,000 gives us 30,000.